Also have new information this afternoon. Two bills passed by St. Louis County Council have been vetoed by County Executive Sam Page. One would have banned standing or walking in the street. It would have forced people to use sidewalks when they're available or face citations. Page says that there's simply not enough sidewalks connecting areas across towns. The other bill he vetoed would have allowed for tobacco sales to be expanded near schools. It was back in 2019 that the County Council prohibited sales within 1,000 feet of schools, but exempted existing businesses. However, that exemption only applied to the original owners. This new bill would have extended that exemption even if the business was sold to new owners.
And students who encounter a tobacco retailer on the way to school are exposed to that marketing, and all of those efforts encourage impulse purchases and potentially influence them to start smoking.
Page says in the past year, the Department of Health has cited 32 retailers within 1,000 feet of a school selling tobacco to minors. And over the past 4 years, more than 30% of retailers within 1,000 feet were cited.